right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This 49ers Rams game is going to be interesting tonight. Just because I watched that whole Rams game last time, and the Rams have my interest like tremendously. Puka Nakua is crazy. Baby girl Sora, she's right here. You can see her cone from her. She had surgery yesterday, so when I left here, I went and took her to get her to get fixed, and she hates me right now. She's looking at me like, "Why did you do this to me?" I mean, this is hard. She's like, "Why did you do this to me?" What's up, Cortez? She's like, "Why? This hurts so bad," and she won't walk. She makes me pick her up and carry her here and there. So I'm babying her all day. Good morning, Vic. And apologizing all day. Win for what? You like to lose, Cortez? I don't like to lose. I don't think we can. No, I don't. No, I won't say Jace. I don't think we. I won't say we can't beat the Panthers, but we've been playing very good football. Let me put that out there first. We've been playing football that's made me satisfied with the roster we have. But Carolina seems to be doing a little bit more with the roster they have. And even last week in the game versus Philadelphia, Carolina had the best quarterback out there. You could see the balls that came out of Bryce's arm was much better than the ones that came out of Hurts' arm. It was like you, and we know that to be true because they played at the same college, and one was much better than the other at that college. So Bryce, I didn't think Bryce. I thought Bryce was a little bit too little. That was my thing with Bryce. He was a little bit too little, but he's gleefully. I'm so happy he's proven me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And doing very well and looking good also. Now, I wouldn't look, man. If we play again just like last week, last week the loss hurt, and I wasn't even interested in winning. This week, I'm not interested. I'm not that invested in winning. This week, I'm not that invested in winning. I want to win always. That's my stance. Forever. I don't want to be a loser. If you want to be a loser, that's you and your energy. My energy stays over here with winning all the time. But right now, my expectations are low. I don't. It's just different right now. I can easily take the losses, but even that with against Cincinnati, we had those guys beat. That was a hard L to take. And the one shining strip is that. In the draft, whoever we get in the draft, we're gonna be thankful if this person is a Micah Parsons type, or Overshawn type, one of those generational talent types. We will be so happy that happened in that game for us to go up to get this guy. Wait a minute. I look, man. I need a ball. If I was Ashton Genty, I wouldn't want anyone to compare me to Ray Rice. But yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's kind of there. Yeah. What's up, Chris? What's up, Michael Hooper? Yeah, Bryce came. Jace, Bryce came back nice. And battling Mahomes and everything. Exactly. Lucas Devlin said it perfectly. Winning would be cool. Losing would be cool. Just give me a good game. And that's what I am so proud that we haven't quit on the coach. Quit. You know what I'm saying? All that nasty stuff that comes with losing. None of that stuff has hit us this year. So we still have the momentum to come back next year and have a year if we make the right rules. Yeah, yeah. Jace is right. Last week hurt because they beat themselves. Yeah, that. And when you're in a fight and then you do something stupid and get knocked out, it's like, yeah. But that Ashton Genty, man, ugh, boy, would he would if we Genty and another receiver, and then I don't care what you do, just Genty there's some other run back, there's Scataboos and some more, but Genty is the special one. Genty and a number one potentially number one wide receiver to go on the other side of the CD. Same thing we did with Amari Cooper. We had Amari Cooper on the other side of the CD, and all the league copied us when we had Amari Cooper and CD Lamb. And now they're flourishing with their two. You know, you got two in Detroit, you got two in Philadelphia, you got two in Minnesota, you got two in San Francisco. Man, you got three in San Francisco. Just everywhere that is a threat in the NFC, every team there's a threat in the NFC, they got at least two studs on the outside. And we need O-line, though, too. But Cortez, that's why I say we cannot. I said it last year, and I will say it louder this year because you people didn't believe me. You cannot improve immediately on the offensive line through the draft. You cannot. It takes a while, and it takes bruises and injuries on your quarterback, either directly or indirectly. This was an indirect one because he was under duress so much. So you cannot jump into the draft and expect to get that nose tackle or that guard or that left tackle that's going to be a stud, because that is not the way those positions work. Those positions are man-on-man combat, and you need to learn all kind of things before you be able to go up against other men. You know what I'm saying? Outside and wide receiver, sure, you can get one. Quarterback, sure, you can get one. Run back, sure. Pretty much every position out there, you can get one. But when you're talking about the offensive and defensive line, it's very rare. I won't say it won't happen, but it's very rare you get somebody to step out of college and step into the pros and just dominate. You know our number one, Larry Allen, one of the greatest of all time, he got destroyed by Reggie White. Me and my dad was talking about it the other day. We were watching the game when Larry Allen was a rookie. Reggie, and it was all leverage too. Because how the heck can one human being pick up Larry Allen with one arm? And Reggie White did it because he took one step one way and got his momentum and then just hooked him and just sent him for a ride. You have to learn all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just don't come. But, and you know, some colleges, maybe Bill Belichick will be able to teach the kids that, some in New England, whatever. But that stuff just comes with man-on-man contact, because you got to feel that other man and how strong he is before you can do anything to him. I would be so happy, Whiteout City, if Whiteout City, if we address the lines in early in free agency, and then our first two picks are weapons, you would not see a happier Shango. You would not see a happier Shango. Just one extra real piece on the defensive line and one extra real piece on the offensive line. It don't have to be multiple, but just something on both sides of the ball, and then we go get some weapons. I'd be crazy. What's up, Chris? Yeah, what about my man Chris Gons? What about my man in Arizona? I can't wait to jump into this draft. I'm gonna start. I'm going on vacation during the Christmas holiday or whatever, and I'm gonna jump into it a little bit. But I kind of gotta wait till the combine and Senior Bowl and all that kind of stuff, because it's all just like chatter until you get to the combine and the Senior Bowl, because then it starts to, players start to float where they're going to go. I'm trying to get that out. This Sunday will both teams be? No, not our game. I think the Panthers. I think the only people that may be on lose watch are the Giants and the Raiders. But neither one of them seems to be quitting. The Giants probably should quit, because you can't tell between they're quitting and they're playing. But that was bad. But the Raiders, actually are playing some crazy good football for some reason or whatnot. But those are two that they're in the Shador Bowl, and those are the only ones that's like care about winning and care about losing. In the back of their mind, the front office rather cares about losers. We should be fine. I mean, we lost this one, and we should lose the game against Philadelphia, and we really could lose that game against Washington this time and split with them. So I mean, and then the other one's Tampa Bay. We could easily play well and lose out. We could play well and lose out just because right now we know what other teams know what Cooper Rush can do physically, and they can shut down everything and make Cooper's been exposed basically, so they know what he was. He didn't get exposed this time. He got exposed in 2020, and they figured out what he couldn't do, and now everybody knows he can't laser the ball down the field. Yeah, M Skills, Shango, we haven't been talking much. You're getting a slot wide receiver, 2 outside wide receivers is cool, but I missed the Beasley type. You know why, M Skills? Every time I bring up slot receiver, they say CD's a slot. CD's a slot. And I'm like, yeah, CD can play in the slot, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you're talking about, the guy who's open on every play. Dak needs that guy who's open on every play. Puka Nacua is open on every play. Puka Nacua is open on every play. You ain't got to force the ball to Puka Nacua. You just got to throw it to his spot. You know what I'm saying? That makes a quarterback. That's why I watch the game tonight. Watch the game tonight and watch Stafford throwing the ball to Puka Nacua. He's going to throw the spots to Puka Nacua. He's not caring about anything else. He's not seeing the defense. Don't care about nothing. He's going to throw to that spot because he knows Puka Nacua is going to be there and he's going to get the ball. And it's at a spot where the defense can't get it. It's crazy. It's crazy how they're sinking. That's why they were talking about, after they beat Buffalo, they were talking about how the Rams could make a run here. The Rams could make a run here because Puka and what's his name? They're nasty. So that's what we've been talking about, M Skills. I don't know. I found one in the draft last year. What's his name for the Colts that Anthony Richardson has now. But I'm going to find our guy, M Skills. I'm going to find our little shifty guy that's always open. Carolina, no, give me Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard's a beast. Can we somehow get Kelvin Banks? That would be nice. Jerry, pick a kicker out. You better fix Aubrey. Yes, they are, Lucas. I can't say his name. Texier, the Arizona receiver. ESPN bobbleheads seem to think that Rico Dowdle leaves Dallas after seeing for Apollo payday. Yes. No. Let him go. No, this is good for Rico. We can't pay that much, B Mackerel. We cannot pay that much for Rico. B Mackerel. We cannot pay that much for Rico. Put it in the offensive line. Go get a rookie running back. Go get somebody that's paying for rookie minimum that has skills. You know what I'm saying? I love Rico. Rico is from my hometown. You know that runs deep. So Rico needs to go get his money, man. Go get your money, man. Go get your money. Dallas Cowboys can't pay you as much as the Jacksonville Jaguars can, or whoever's out there that's going to be paying you. You just keep grinding these last 4 games, and man, you almost got 200 yards last game. This is how broken the free agent system is, guys. If you have a few big games right before a certain pay time, then you can get paid like crazy. That's why a whole bunch of Cowboy players back in the day, Jason Hatcher and all them dudes, got busted with pads because right before that contract would come up, they turn into Superman, and then when it's over, they go back down. Money, boy. Money is going to ruin this game, but if it already hasn't. Lee medical retire, LBE medical retire. Please don't say that, Sean, about Overshawn. Please don't say that. At least those were nerves. All those guys, Sean, those guys had nerve issues and all kind of deep-seated issues. And Well, I can't remember what it was with Sean Lee. I know it was LVE's neck, but I can't remember exactly what part of Lee was always hurt or whatever. But Overshawn, there's no nerve damage. It's just some physical torn stuff that can come back. So let's just hope he's different. JJ, we're gonna have it. I got time now, JJ. Let me tell you what my wife did, guys. I was actually in the bed going to sleep on Tuesday night. And she came in the room. She said, "Okay, babe, I'll be back tomorrow night." And I was like, what? And I forgot she has to go to do the media tour for being an award nominee on the Critics' Choice in New York. She flew to New York and did the shows, did her own run ride, did her whole work. She got a hotel, but I don't even know if she needed a hotel because she did her work. I guess she just got dressed in the hotel and she did her work and then she went back and got on the plane. It just like she treated the plane like it was a taxi. And she was back here last night right before she went to bed. It was insane. I was like, wait a minute. You just went to do interviews in New York, all around New York, and then you're back. Craziness. Good morning, Leandro. Yeah, if Puka didn't get hurt earlier, yes. Yeah, Puka's, ugh. Another underrated was having a second running back that will actually be productive next year. The dip from Rico to Zeke, yes. But Zeke, I don't know why we kept Zeke. I just don't know. The whole Zeke thing has turned into a sad situation at this point. To see somebody skills erode like that, and there's people around the league the same age as Zeke. You got Derrick Henry still balling. You got Kamara still balling. Actually, I'd go get Kamara and put Kamara with a rookie. Shoot. I just don't understand the whole Zeke thing, man. And it's Zeke. It's on Zeke, man, because he's the one who's not performing. We would have Zeke has enough fans in the Cowboys fan base to have his back if he was actually doing something out there and they were not playing him and they were playing Rico instead. He would have so much back, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we can't pay Rico. We can't pay Rico. Rico will never get the respect he deserves in Dallas. Everything. He just needs to go. He needs to go get that big old check that Dallas is. He could not. You got to remember, I said this yesterday. There's no way Rico would get the check that he's going to get this offseason without playing with the Dallas Cowboys. Like right now, Rico, just because he's with the Cowboys, not because he's better than Chuba Hubbard, but in the open market, Rico would get far more than Chuba Hubbard. And we just talked about how Chuba Hubbard is a scary little guy. The Trey Lance, I'm ready to see Trey. But it's like we must know that if Trey never passed Cooper Rush in the depth chart, then there is a strong possibility once we roll Trey Lance out there, we become a far worse team. Yeah, Rico's on fire. And he's going to get paid, Kathy. He's going to get paid. I love that. Zeke can be a Jerome Bettis. No, Zeke was never the Jerome Bettis type, Swazi, I don't think, man. Remember, Jerome was Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis was Jerome Bettis when he was young. With the Rams. You remember Bettis with the Rams? He was already Jerome Bettis. Yep, even Aaron Jones. It's another one balling at 30. I just don't know. What's going on with Zeke. He's feeling his groove, Kathy. It takes him a while. He's never been in this position before, but now, I mean, Kathy, he almost got 200 yards last one. Trade Micah's podcast for a third. Now that's the first good idea I've seen. And it's not because of Micah. I've already broke this down to you. Micah can be on his podcast and he can say this over here. And when he says this over here, the media will say that over there just to get some buzz because it's Micah. If Micah says this over here, then the media will say that over there just to go against Micah and get some buzz because it's the Dallas Cowboys. So Micah having a podcast is an absolute no-win situation. So trading that away would be great, LA. What's up? Talk your talk media. Zeke was never a workout warrior. Yeah, we remember the bellies. We remember the fat Zeke every preseason. No, Kathy. Wait a minute, guys. I gotta put this comment in context. Kathy, there's not a more supportive Cowboy fan. I can't even look at you right now. There's not a more supportive. I've never heard her say anything negative about anybody ever. And she says, you do not want to see Trey. Trust me. You will shut the TV off. He's terrible. I cannot and will not fold. I've never heard her say anything bad about a Cowboys player. I'm honest. And this is how long have I known you, Kathy? Since the Romo's rookie year or Romo's second year or something like that. Jeez. Micah, he had so much heart this week. I mean, that Micah showed me enough. Micah showed me enough this week as far as who he is and the type of person he wants to be for the Cowboys this year. And it wasn't him doing it for the camera or whatever. He was distraught. I mean, he was out of it, and I loved it. And again, what did the people on TV do? What is he doing comparing this to a playoff loss? That's crazy. The finality of a playoff loss. That's huge, of course. But he's in a moment right now where he's crushed. And your quarterback, the quarterback that used to be Dallas Cowboys quarterback, Troy Aikman, said he couldn't bring up what that reminded him of the Leon Lett game, which was also a crushing loss. That meant nothing. At least this loss was the end of the season for us. You know what I'm saying? It was the end of what Micah thought he could get us, because Micah was thinking he could get us to the playoffs. And this was the end. It was the door shut on us getting to the playoffs. That game with Leon Lett in Miami, Thanksgiving game, Miami versus the team over in the AFC, had zero impact on the season almost. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Micah's the man. No, Joe, Micah cannot be traded. I will wear my Micah jersey proud for a good minute. Yeah, that's a good thing. Amon-Ra and them have a podcast, and trust me, Amon-Ra he's funny and he's straightforward, and he really doesn't parse his words. You know what I'm saying? His brother is kind of PC, but Amon-Ra don't care. You know what I'm saying? Marlon Humphrey is the same. I didn't know Marlon Humphrey was that much of had that much of an attitude or whatever. But everyone zoomed in on Micah. It's because of the money factor. He's a Dallas Cowboy player. Therefore, he would attract more views and everything like that. That's just the way it is. So that's why Micah gets pressed more than the others. So Michael put on a show after losing jersey swapping for 3 seasons. Don't drink the pill. No, man, that was real. Sorry, man, I can't do that. That was real. And look, man, I have a degree in acting and I have a degree in directing. I know fake like that. I mean, serious. This is not me. This is not me. I can bad acting, I can see in a drop of a dime. Okay? Yeah, rent free. Exactly, B. Macro. That's a perfect exact analogy. We live rent free in the minds of all. Kathy killing me. Oh, she just told me to hush. No, we're not in the movie industry yet. TV. Yeah, he can't be traded if he wants a Super Bowl. Yeah, I think Micah's teammates love him. Uh, I was scared Micah was going to attack that dude. He didn't. You know, that was great that he didn't attack the guy that touched the ball. Um, Everything Micah's doing right now, I'm okay with. I'm 100% okay with. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even watch movies much, man. You know what movies I watch? I watch kid movies because I got two little kids. So when you have kids, then whenever kid movies come out, that's when you go to the movies and holidays. Okay, just don't do them then. Just don't do them then. I'm sitting here telling you how the Cowboys players and everybody get too much. Bear says, Shango, I can't do the excuses for Dak next year if McCarthy comes back. Just don't do them, man, because I can't do the Dak thing next season. Because you see what's going on. You see we didn't have the talent this year, and you're gonna say something like that like a man was supposed to come here and take this team to the Super Bowl, because that's what you're expecting. That's what you were expecting last year with almost this roster, just a little bit better than this roster. You were expecting the Super Bowl. Now, you need to slow your roll. Dak is a above average quarterback, and that's all. He's not going to take your team to the Super Bowl. So these aren't excuses. This is truth that we're telling you. If he can't do A, B, and C, then you got to accept that he can't do A, B, and C, and we need to put players around him that can do A, B, and C. Can you find a quarterback that can do everything? Good luck. Good luck. We all want that. That's the thing that we waiting. Everybody's waiting for to fall from the side. A quarterback can do everything, but he's one that we have. He cannot do everything. For us to expect him to do everything is crazy. We need to make sure we know what he can do, and we put the right people around him to be successful. That's what Sam Darnold is doing right now. Sam Darnold is not great by any stretch of the imagination, but he is playing within a system and with people where he can get stuff done. Now, that's what I'm not going to take. I'm not going to take this stuff because it's like this that you guys don't even understand. It's not the quarterback. It's the team and how the team plays together. Jeez. And now, Barrett, I'm with you with the McCarthy play calling. 100%. That's why I said somehow we have to get a offensive coordinator, a real life offensive coordinator that can work with McCarthy, that's doing McCarthy stuff. Now, McCarthy's still the boss. I'm not saying take anything away from McCarthy, except when these times happen, like 4th and 2, 3rd and 1, or 2 minutes left to go in the game and we at the 20, any situation, this guy will foresee it while McCarthy is in the game, in the now. McCarthy is handling the game. This guy can be 1 or 2 plays ahead. Like, if we get this play, then we'll do this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To help him in those situations, because I feel like McCarthy panics. I just don't know, because me being a Madden guy, I can tell. Look, like we can go back on my videos, and every time McCarthy has made some kind of blunder, I'm sitting there screaming in real time, "You are screwing up. What are you doing?" I'm screaming in real time this. So if he has somebody, but I don't have everything on my mind like McCarthy does. I'm just talking to y'all and this and blah, 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 blah. So I don't have a gazillion things on my mind. He needs somebody that he can have with him that's going to help him in those situations. Yeah, Goff, Dak, Stafford. You're gonna get the same. Now, what frustrates me is that's naturally Goff and Darnold. I didn't mean Stafford. Stafford's different. Nope. Stafford's different. I meant Darnold. But Goff and Darnold were that same quarterback all their lives. Dak quarterback, the college Dak Prescott, I would love to have the college Dak Prescott. He would be like Steve McNair in the pros. I mean, just running over people, just like plowing folks. But we turned Dak Prescott into Goff and them. Yeah, he'd be doing some odd stuff in the games, Irv. He sure do. Yes, no, Dak isn't the. You know what? Right now, there's no quarterback carrying their team. I'm trying to think. There's no quarterback like carrying their team. Mahomes isn't. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are elite finishers. So Josh had 6 touchdowns, but 3 of them were from the 1 yard line. They were quarterback sneaks. You know what I'm saying? So he's a finisher. He's an elite finisher. I said this yesterday. If Josh Allen gets the ball between the 15-yard line, he's running over you, or he's throwing a little pass, or he's doing a quarterback sneak. He's getting into the end zone, which is a huge thing. But that's not carrying your football team. So I don't see a quarterback out there that's actually carrying their football team at the moment. Even last year in the playoffs, through the playoffs, Kansas City's defense is what turned it on, and they carried Mahomes, and they carried Mahomes all the way to the Super Bowl. And when they got to the Super Bowl, they kept carrying Mahomes to the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. And then Mahomes said, "Oh man, I got this." Close the deal. And that's the formula. That's the formula, and that's actually reality too. But we love the narrative of a quarterback with a cape on his shoulder that's like dun da 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 and doing all that kind of stuff. Jameis Winston's carry. Lamar kind of does carry. Kathy, you know what? That's a good one, Kathy. The reason why I say Lamar would carry more than a Josh is that if you look at their passing yards, Lamar is the top rushing quarterback in the league, easy by far. But then his passing yards are at the top of the league as well. While Josh is down there, he's above Hurts. He was below Hurts, but he's now above Hurts because Hurts had a horrible game. He had a great game. But Lamar is at the top with yards on both sides. So yeah, Lamar's getting work done. We wish Trey Lance was Lamar, Kathy. Do you think keeping Trey Lance on ice so they can re-sign him for cheap as a backup? Of course. No, I don't. No, I don't know why. I never understood the Trey Lance situations from the outset, Chris Johnson. So I don't know what we're doing with him. I don't know why we got him and not using him. I don't know anything about it. I know Lamar Mama cussed him out. He was mad about that too, B Mackerel. That shows you how much of a hole Black Mama's got on me. You remember me? I was doing a fast. I was doing a fast, and Mama told me to get off this stream. And what did I do? I got off the stream. Yes, ma'am. we ain't gonna go against Mama. It's like going against God. Oh, Zachary said we doubted the front office. But I see the vision. What's the vision? They saw a Carolina team 3-7 on the schedule and said, we can get an edge for this must win. Sell a 4th-round pick. Please, Mingo, have a big game. I'm ready for Mingo to do something. Maybe Mingo was Bryce Young's problem. Look, I am team Arch Manning. JJ, I think we need to figure out what we need to do to position ourselves to get Arch Manning, because I do not want to have a gap between Dak Prescott and our next quarterback. Tua's great. Tua, my boy, Vino. I'm so glad Tua come back. And even though I think it's stupid for him not to wear that hat, the protective hat, man, that makes him look like a warrior, don't it? Tua don't care. Tua don't care. Tua said, I'm not wearing one. It's a personal choice. I'm not wearing it. Tua can't get hurt. Miami stinks. Exactly. That's why I feel so bad for Mike Medina. I don't think exactly, Herb. Nobody understands what Aaron Rodgers is carrying the Jets straight to hell. Exactly. Aaron Rodgers is carrying the Jets to hell. You forgot me. Yeah. He. You know what, Lucas? You almost didn't forget Mingo was on the team, because you know what? Mingo almost touched that ball before the other guy did it. Because if you look at that video again, Mingo, that ball hit right and went right past Mingo when he was trying to block somebody or something while they was telling him to get away, and then the other guy touched it. So Mingo would almost had that. It was going to be infamous too. No. We just got to figure it out. No. Hey, JJ. If you get with the Mannings, things can happen. The Mannings can figure it out. Eli Manning was going to the Chargers, and Archie said, No. He's going to New York. And he got two Super Bowls. And Eli wasn't the most talented quarterback out there, you know what I'm saying? But Eli, they made sure New York had everything around Eli, the defense and all that kind of stuff, and he did. Eli was even far more set up than Peyton ever was. Peyton was the first, but the power, he had already generated the Manning power of him and Archie. And once it got to Eli got everything he wanted. Eli is the most average quarterback that got Super Bowls. So I want Arch. And it's simply because Eli had the right stuff around him. Your dad was a 49ers fan? Yeah. Exactly. Man, you don't know how these people could fix this thing. Now, hey, good. Look, M Skills, I know how it's gonna work. Everyone pay attention to Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders during this draft process. That's how the Archie Payton, Eli Manning situation is gonna go. And I heard that Arch's dad was like the athlete of the family, which is crazy. Cooper. I heard Cooper was the athlete of the family. So, man, get the Mannings in Dallas. Archie already said it. All right, guys, I got to go. It's time to get the family ready. Go wake them up and everything. Brady got every. Now look, Brady was super smart. I saw that gas and those stuff crazy. Brady was super smart, but Brady, that's the two things about Brady and Patrick Mahomes and all that greatness. And I do not want to take anything away from both of them, because they both are exceptional quarterbacks. They fell in unbelievably great positions. Patrick Mahomes, they were already winning the division. Andy Reid was the top offensive mind in the NFL. And then you had that defense. And And they were already the division winner. And then, with Brady getting the GOAT coach. All right, bye, Kathy. See you guys. I had to show my dad the Mark Gastineau stuff, and those are my boys. I remember that was a terribly bad, nasty defensive line. I can't remember the fourth guy. I remember Gastineau. I remember Joe Klecko, and I remember Marty Lyons. And right now, Marty Lyons cannot stand Mark Gastineau. And I think it's hilarious. And Marty Lyons looked little because Marty Lyons was a nose tackle or whatever. He was big little nose tackle, but now he's little and he's like I can't. He's a selfish. I was like, dang. So make sure you see the documentary on Mark Gastineau and how crazy that dude was. And I remember his career. He didn't care one iota about touching a running back. If the quarterback gave the ball to a running back, he just stopped. That's when his motor completely turned off. But if the quarterback kept that ball, he was going to get that quarterback. And it wasn't to win the game. It wasn't for your team. It wasn't for the fans. It was because he wanted to dance. Every time he did, and he did his little sack dance. That's all Gastineau wanted to do. He's not. You say that's CTE. I think that's him. I can't wait to see it. All right, guys. Holla at you.